Okay, super. You finish, okay, little cutie bear? Keep feeding yourself. Okay. I'm a little blurry again. It's a stupid autofocus and it doesn't work very well, doesn't it? Come on. There we go. Good boy, you stay. Okay, so we're gonna start on the ground. Ugh. Okay. And then wiggle your shoulder blades closer together, down the back. Press your hands down. And then squeeze the abdomen in, okay, in and down without moving the hip joints or the lower back or the rib cage. Okay, so we're going to start with bringing the feet up without moving the hips. Okay, so working the abdominals. You're going to inhale, exhale through the mouth and bring the left knee into tabletop. Inhale, bring the foot down. Exhale, right side. Inhale. Exhale, left. Inhale. Exhale, right. 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 Oh, hello. Inhale. Exhale, left. And you're going to hold here. So you're going to keep your knee right on top of your hip joint. Yes, little fluffy bear. Yes, little fluffy. Come here, come on. Okay, so you're going to take the left leg and you're going to inhale. You're going to reach it out, lengthen it, and then you're going to exhale, back, stacking the knee on top of the hip, and without moving the hips, the weight in the hips, or the lower back. Okay, go lay down, please. Yep, go lay down. Go lay down. Good boy. Okay. All right, so let's do 9 more. So we're going to inhale, exhale. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, bring the left foot down, and exhale, bring the right foot up. Inhale, reach the right leg out. Exhale, bend the knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and placing the foot down. Okay, so go ahead and let your knees drop side to side. So we call this windshield wipers. Just let the back, the hips move. Okay, coming back up to center. All right, so keep a little curve in your lower back. Pull the belly in. You can put your hands on your belly to feel the belly flesh pulling in towards the center and down towards the ground. And you also want to try to take your rib cage, the very bottom of your rib cage, the part that sticks up. You want to try to pull that down towards the hips and press the shoulders down. All right, so let's go ahead and we're just going to use our abdominal strength. Okay. Don't pull on your head with your hands, but interlace the fingers behind the head. Okay. Keep the elbows open wide, and you're going to roll up. Inhale, and exhale, roll the upper body up. As high as you can get, and then inhale, slowly roll down. Exhale. Inhale, slowly roll down. So the idea is control. Exhale. And inhale. Let's do 7 more. 6 more. 5 more. Wait, where are we? 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. And the last one. And then you're going to hold up here. Again, open the elbows wide and just use your ab strength to hold yourself up. Then we're going to come up a little bit higher, but in a pulsing motion. Up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay. Taking your right knee towards the chest, interlace the fingers around the knee or below the knee. Try to pull the knee out to the side, pull the knee up towards the right shoulder, and press the left leg to the ground and reach it out straight. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Putting the right foot down, change the grip on your fingers, and then bring the left knee up. Yeah, take it out to the side, pull it towards your right shoulder, and press the right foot away from you. 1. Try to breathe as deep as you can, especially with the inhale. 2. 3, 4, 5. Okay, now we're going to bring both knees to the chest. Now, there's two ways of doing this. One is to keep the knees together and pull them, okay? But if that doesn't feel okay in your hips, which there is no, actually, how do I say that? The right way or the correct way to do this posture is to do it for your hips. Okay, so do it how your hips feel best. So you can also open the knees and pull the knees to the chest that way, okay? Because all of our hips are different, especially when we, well, we're not 10 years old anymore, okay? We're not growing, our hips are not growing anymore. So it's just, you know, we're all different. Okay, so make it work for your body and grab on to whatever you can, either your shins or maybe interlace the fingers, okay? And pull the knees towards the chest or the armpits, depending on where your knees are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, releasing the legs. Go ahead and let the legs stretch out. Reach the arms over the head and stretch between the fingers and the toes. Okay, before we come onto our hands and knees, I want you to bring your feet up. And so stretching the legs upwards and stretch your arms up, but keep your hips, your lower back, and your shoulders on the mat. Make a fist with your feet, with your hands, and then let's see if we can do this all at once. You're going to rotate the wrists and the ankles all at once. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go the opposite direction. 1, excuse me, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so either rock or just roll to one side and come up. Okay, so up to you. I'm gonna rock. That always feels good to my lower back. Okay, so let's come on to hands and knees. And we'll come into child's pose first. So this is a proper yoga posture. So bring your knees together and try to stretch your ankles back. So meaning pressing your feet onto the ground. And then use your hands, push yourself back as much as you can. And as you're pushing back, try to lengthen your chest forward. So I'm going to, it's almost like I'm arching. So, I mean, I am arching my back, but you may not be able to tell. Okay, so I'm arching my back, and then I'm going to relax my chest on top of my thighs, bring my head all the way down. And I'm going to take my arms next to my feet. Okay. And then try to relax as best as you can and focus more on your inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, walk yourself forward. You can open the knees now. Hip distance apart. And then we're going to come into this cat-cow pose. So keep your feet pressing down and start with your tailbone and round your back up. And then start with your tailbone, end with the head, and round the back the other way. And exhale, round the back up. And inhale, arch the back down. And exhale up. And inhale down. Two more times. Exhale up. And inhale down. And exhale up. Okay. Bring your knees together again. Push yourself back into child's pose. Now keep your hips squared, so don't move your hips. Reach your hands forward if you can to extend a bit more. Don't move the hips. And then walk yourself to the right side as much as you can. Keep your head down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, walk yourself over to the left side, keeping the hips squared, so don't move the hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, coming back to center. And then coming up, lining your shoulders up next to your, or on top of your hands. Then you will take your left arm, palm facing up, and reach it through the right, or underneath the right arm. So reach it as far as you can underneath the right arm, bend the right elbow, and see if you can bring your outside of your left arm down and keep your hips squared. 1, 2. If it's okay with your neck, you can also try taking the right hand to your lower back and try to twist the right elbow or your arm back. 3, 4, 5. Okay, use your right hand for support. Push into the right hand and bring yourself back up. Okay, make sure that you're pressing the tops of the ankles down, and then take the right hand underneath the left arm as far as you can. Try to bring the outside of the right shoulder down. 1, 2. You can put your left hand on your lower back if you like. 3. 4. 5. Okay, use your left hand for support. Push into the left hand to bring yourself back up. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to work our way into downward facing dog. But first, if you're wearing sleeves, I want you to pull your sleeves up. Okay. So we're going to do what we call dolphin. It's like a half downward facing dog, which strengthens. Remember, this strengthens below the elbow. So in downward facing dog, we strengthen above the elbow, the shoulders, the back, the legs. You know, but we don't focus on the forearm. Okay, so this is mainly for your forearm, then to help you to gain more mobility. That's the hope in the shoulder. Okay. Okay, so place your hands down, forearms down. Tuck your toes under. And then push into your hands and lift your knees off the ground. Look at your toes, open your toes if you can. Slide the shoulders up towards the hips. Open the fingers as wide as you can. Keep pressing into the fingertips and see if you can push yourself back even farther. You can bend the knees as much as you need to. 1. 2. Relax your neck. 3. 4. 5. Now stay up. Just open your feet as wide as your mat. And then push back again and see how that changes the posture. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay, go ahead and bring your knees down. Go ahead and sit on your heels for a moment and just gently swing the arms. So I feel like it's breaking up some rust in the shoulder joints. And again, I think I said this last Wednesday, we actually do have rust. It's not rust like on metal, but we call it fascia. Okay, the fascia is like the rust in the body. Fascia does have a purpose, okay, to keep, it's to help to keep the body together, but it can also be a negative thing because it makes you stiff. So if you stop moving, it makes you stiff. So if you notice, especially by this point, if you notice a body part that's stiff on your body, it's probably because you haven't moved it often enough for a while, okay? And sometimes it turns into years. We don't move a certain way for years, and then that part of the body gets stiff. Okay, so let's come into downward facing dog and see how we do there. So open the fingers wide, tuck your toes, push yourself back, keep your knees bent. So use your hands, try to externally rotate the upper arms and really push with the hands. Keeping the knees bent. You can let the heels come towards the floor if that feels okay. 1, 2. Try to slow your breath down as much as you can. 3, 4, 5. Now see if you can straighten your legs a bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so either walk your feet to your hands or walk your hands back to the feet and grab your blocks. Take your blocks forward, okay, up on the highest setting, and then move your body forward so you're stacking. So you're not like this, okay? So see how my bum is really sticking out, okay? So Barbara, we were, I've been joking with Heiko because Heiko doesn't really say nice things to me. So one of the nice things he said is that my butt is pointy. So I bet my knees, you can see I have a pointy butt. Oh, men are silly. Okay, so you don't want to do that. So you want to try to engage the legs so you can feel the legs working. Try to lift your toes up and stack your hips and your knees on top of your ankles. And then drop your head, slide your shoulders back, and hold there. 1, 2. Keep working the legs. 3, 4, 5. Okay, you have choices. You can come down lower on the blocks, or if your hamstrings allow you to, you keep your legs strong, active, toes, feet active, and you grab on to opposite elbow and you hang here. 1. Keep the legs active. 2. 3. 4. 5. Now go ahead and bend your knees a lot. Let the hips, let your pointy bums stick out in the back. Okay, just hang here. So we call this rag doll, you know, like a little cloth doll. So you're just kind of hanging there. So just still keep the feet activated. Your legs do have to support you, but not as intense as the legs straight. Okay, so just hanging there, breathing. This is more for your back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. If you can handle it, walk your hands forward or walk your feet back, depending on where you are on your mat. So I'm going to walk my hands forward. Push yourself back into downward facing dog, and then walk your feet a little bit closer to your hands to make it easier. Okay. Then you're going to bend both knees, and you're going to take the right hand to the outside of the left leg, somewhere that's easy for you, and see if you can pull yourself into a gentle twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take your right hand down and change to the other side. Give a gentle pull. Look under your armpit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now either walk your feet to your hands or walk your hands to your feet. Okay. And grab your blocks again. Okay, take your blocks forward. Straighten the elbows in the legs, stack your legs, stack the joints on top of the ankles. Now you're going to walk your blocks, what we did with child's pose. You're going to walk your blocks over to the right side. Okay. And you try not to allow your hips to go left, if that makes sense. So you want to try to keep your hips right. Keep the knees nice and strong. You can drop the head down. You can put a little pressure in the blocks if that feels okay with your back and your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Use your blocks. Walk yourself. Your blocks are like stilts, okay, like a circus performer, stilts. Walk yourself over to the left. 1, 2. Try to keep your knees active. 3, 4, 5. Walk yourself back to the center. Whew. And then bend your knees. You can walk your hands up the legs. Whew. And slowly come back up. Whew. Okay, all right. Shake the right leg or the left leg out, just swing it. Okay, so we put a lot of pressure on the hamstrings. Hamstrings like to be taken care of. Well, the whole body likes to be taken care of. It's really important. You know, this is something that we really should have been taught in school, you know. I don't know if I'll ever have children. It's not too late for me, by the way, so it's still in my mind if I have children or not. But if I have children, that's the one thing that I'm going to teach them from such a young age is self-care, okay? How to take care of yourself. And so it's something that's really important. Oops, there goes my block. And it's something that I learned in my 40s, just recently in the past, like, 3 years, okay, it's self-care. It sounds so simple, but sometimes it's not, you know, sometimes we don't. It's not just about taking care of ourselves, it's about building up awareness to know when to say no to anything. It doesn't matter what it is or who or you know, just to say no. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to come down to the floor. We're going to do some back work. Let me give some treats. No, he didn't move. Let me give some treats to the dog, and I'll meet you on the floor. He's been a really good boy. So on the stomach. Oh, I definitely have his attention now. Hello, yes, you're a good boy. No, okay, super. Oh, good boy. Yeah. I call this the reading your book pose or watching movies pose. I love watching movies propped up like this on my shoulders. Okay. And it's actually, they've done studies that as adults, we should do more of this. I mean, you can think about the spine, you know, how it benefits the spine. And because babies, when we're children or babies, we're crawling around on our bellies like this. So it's very beneficial. Oh, hello. Yes, hello. Yes, yes. Did you like that? Yeah. Okay. Can you take your little butthole over there? Yes, yes. You're in the way. Yes, you are. You're in the way. Can you, I don't have any more treats. Yes. Can you go lay down, please? Thank you. Good boy. Okay. So, no treating yourself. So bend your right knee. Bend your right knee. And see if you can reach back and grab the foot with the right hand. And try not to move the foot side to side or left to right, okay? Keep it, you can even grab onto the ankle if you're a little bit more flexible. You can even flex the foot, okay? And pull the foot or the heel towards, let's see, I need more on the foot. Pull it towards your buttock, straight to the buttock. Then slowly push the right hip down to the ground. So it's you will feel a lengthening sensation between the knee, the front side of the knee and your hip joint, maybe even in your abdomen, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release that foot. So let's go ahead and do the other side. Okay. And again, be very, very aware that you're not moving the foot left and right. You're just pulling it straight towards the buttock. Okay. And then press the hip down. So you're extending. The more you think about reaching the left knee back, okay, lengthening the leg, the more it's gonna affect you, the more stretching sensation you're gonna get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. Okay. Open your feet. Feel where the mat is, the edge of your mat. Just open your feet as wide as your mat. So this is really good when maybe your lower back is a bit tight, stiff. Maybe you're having a pinched nerve in the lower back. It happens. Okay, sometimes well, sorry, let me say this again. It happens to all of us. Okay, I would be surprised if someone told me that they had never had a pinched nerve in their lower back. It's just part of being human. Okay. So let's go ahead. Keep those legs reaching back so they're nice and strong. And come up onto your elbows to where your elbows are underneath your shoulders. So you might have to move your elbows back a little bit. And keep the legs strong, and then try to pull the pubic bone forward towards your chest, or tuck your tailbone under. So basically the buttocks are squeezing, pushing the hips down, and then put a little pressure in your hands. So if I was to relax, so see, I'm going to come down a little bit. Now I'm going to put pressure in my hands. So I just lift, it's like lifting my chest up, and I try to squeeze my shoulder blades down and closer together. 1, 2, try to keep your legs nice and strong. 3, 4, 5. Now keeping the shoulders down, see if you can put pressure into the hands and straighten the elbows. So you have to really squeeze your buttocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then slowly release. Make a pillow with your hands, turn your head to one direction, and bring your feet in, bring your big toes touching, and let the heels fall out to the sides. Okay, we'll stay here for a count of 5. Okay, just relax. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, coming back to center. Now you're going to keep the legs together. But if you feel any kind of pinching in your lower back, then open the legs. But if there's no pinching, keep the legs together. And now you're going to take your hands underneath the shoulders. Okay, so your elbows, you should look like an insect, okay, like a jumping insect. And then squeeze your elbows into your ribs and tuck your chin down. Lengthen the legs back. Keep the legs squeezing together and try to push the pubic bone or the hips down. And now you're going to lift the chest up, just using the back strength. 1. Just using the back. 2. 3. 4. 5. Now hold there, and can you open the legs, hip distance apart, and lift the legs off the ground? 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay. And you're going to release, taking the big toes together, heels apart. Make a pillow with your hands and turn your head to the opposite direction. 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back to center. Tuck your toes under. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Push yourself up. You can pull back if that feels good to the spine. Head down. Okay. And then you're going to sit on your bum, and I'm going to use the wall. Okay, and the wall's purpose is so you don't have to fight with your back. Okay, so I would use a wall, pushing yourself all the way to the wall. Okay, so the wall is touching your bum, your back, lower back, upper back, head. Okay. And then you bring your feet, the soles of the feet together. So this way you're not fighting with the spine because you want your back to be upright. And if your knees are coming up like this, okay, just maybe put some weights. Your hands are a weight. Okay, they're not much, but it might be enough. Put a little bit of weight. Or you can even use, depending on, I think Barbara, you have those nice cork blocks. Okay, so those are heavier, heavier than the foam ones. You can put those up on the knees too, you know. There we go. Yeah, it's a little bit of weight. That's it. So when I lived in Shanghai, I would practice with a colleague of mine. He had rice bags, and we would put rice bags. I think they were 10 kilo each. That sounds about right. A 10 kilo rice bag on each side of the leg, and just sit there for 15 minutes. All right, just sit there, just take a deep breath, close the eyes. Try to relax your belly. Just let yourself be. Try your best to relax your face, eyelids, mouth. Okay, then from here, keep your baby toe and the side of the foot, the outside of the foot on your mat. Okay, don't let it lift up, because that means that you're bending or you're twisting the bone, the tibia or the shin bone within the knee, and that's where you could be, and that's not nice. Okay, that's not a nice thing to do. So grab onto your toes, your big toes. If you can, if that doesn't feel comfortable, you can also just slide your hands and grab onto your ankles. Okay, you want to hook somewhere. Okay, so you can pull on it. All right. And then try to lift your chest up as much as you can and just pull gently, bending the elbows, sliding the shoulders down. Just pull gently until you feel something, but not something that's painful. Okay, so you want to just feel a little bit of something like, oh, okay, I feel a little bit of maybe a stretch there. And tuck your chin a little bit wherever you're at. And if your elbows are close to the legs, you might even be able to push the elbows down into the legs. Okay, gently bring yourself back up. Okay. And while you're there, you might want to use a block. You can take the block out to the left side. And then take your right hand. And if you're still using the wall, just use the wall to keep your body, your spine, your chest straight with the hips. And you can even put your elbow, your forearm down on the block and just reach over. If that doesn't work with the shoulder, you can just bring your hand towards your ear or just bring the arm out or down. Okay, you don't have to reach over your head. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Same thing on the other side. Might notice one side's a bit different. This side's definitely different for me. And just put your left arm wherever it feels comfortable or most comfortable. And let's come back up. Okay. Support your knees with your hands. Just try to slide your feet out. And then we're going to come or lay down on your mat. We're going to do a spinal twist. I'll just come forward. Down that way. So open your arms into a cactus. Try to wiggle your shoulder blades closer together. Bring your knees into tabletop and then take your knees directly to the right side. One. Two. Three. Four. Five. Bringing the knees one at a time back up to center. And then over to the left side. One. Two. 3, 4, 5. Okay, bring both knees up. Just pull your knees closer to your chest. And just extend the lower back. You can rock side to side if that feels good. Okay. And then roll off to one side, and we're going to prepare for legs up the wall. So if you need socks on, you need a blanket, you need to turn down your lights, do that now.